What's up, everybody? Welcome to Team Fortress TV. We're happy that you're here, maybe even thrilled, because we have a doubleheader here for you tonight. It is ESEA Invite Action, continuing coverage of ESEA Invite Season 21. My name is Getawhale. I'm sitting here in a small, dark room with production guru Mathsad and my co-caster Curtis Truktruk Russ. And Kurt, you're going to be with us for the first half of this doubleheader before handing it off to Mr. Sline himself, Steve Lynn. But we're going to do the very first match here, which is going to see EVL Gaming up against Running with Scizors, a rematch of a Week 1 matchup that was won by EVL. Are we going to see a big old, maybe a revenge kill here? An upset?
I think we're going to see several revenge kills, but I don't know if Running with Scizors is going to be pulling out this victory here, Mike. But we can get into that later.
Well,
yeah, we're in week 5 already.
Yeah,
we're in week 5 already. We're playing some Badlands.
Yeah, Blands. It is Badlands. Shout out to Papa Smurf, the guy, the man, the myth. Yeah,
it is Badlands.
So Kurt, you're saying EVL Gaming, obviously the favorites coming into this. I was asking you right before this what the key for Running with Scizors is. Let's just talk about it. Let's talk it out.
Well, you were telling me that you think Rakuso and Deathy need to go ham to pull out a victory.
I used the word hamster, actually. It was what I said, yeah.
Yeah, well, ham is an acronym. Hamster's an adorable little guy.
Right. We as we have a look at the league tables there, you can see where Running with Scizors are. EVL are kind of the obvious favorites in this one. It's strange, according to this, they're number 3 on the league tables, even though they're 7-1. I mean, they've looked dominant though, right? Haven't they, Kurt? I guess that's all I was getting at, is that EVL really have looked really dominant in just their second season in ESEA Invite, which has been, it was a surprise a little bit at the start of the season, but now we're just kind of expecting it. They've been very dominant. And so, you've got to think these Running with Scizors dudes are kind of fired up to make something happen here today. And Badlands is kind of a map where we can sometimes see stuff happen. When I'm thinking of off-classing and shenanigans and crazy stuff like that, Badlands is kind of the place, isn't it? Or one of the places.
Yeah, we talked about it last cast, how Spy and Sniper are pretty common on Badlands, as well as obviously the Highliner defense. You see defending last. But speaking of EVL being a really kind of hot team, like they did lose to Ascent 0-5 on Sunshine last week, but they bounced back and just rolled the bugs. I believe it was yesterday. So they're looking. They look like they're back on stride. But also on the other team, Running with Scizors, they're looking pretty good too.
They really are. I mean,
yeah.
We look at the division standings and whatnot and Invite, as we see the odds here that obviously EVL very heavily favored on Saloon.tf. Running with Scizors are, I don't want to say up and coming, but there are a lot of new teams that are new to Invite this season that are really kind of impressing a lot of people, and we've seen some upsets and whatnot already. We kind of feel like anything could happen. We're having a look at the EVL roster there. Why don't we go through the rosters, Kurt? We're real bad for skipping the rosters. Why don't I go down the line here? We see obviously Nursey the medic. We have AIM, Soldier, Assassin, Demo. We've got Slim to the niche playing Scout. We've got Bot Mode, and we've got Eric, the other Scout, and some of the team stats there as well. Let's stick with what we're seeing on the screen here. Who's kind of like the MVP to you on EVL? There's an original question.
I don't know. I think Eric has consistently played very good every single game I've seen him play this season, which I believe is every single one. So he's been doing pretty good. His scout buddy Slemnish is definitely doing pretty good as well. He did have a rough game against Ascent on Sunshine, but other than that, both he and Eric have been pretty darn good. And everybody else on the team is holding their own throughout the season as well. But I definitely would have to say Eric and Slemnish are the hot spots on their team.
Hotspot. How about Running with Scizors on the other side? Of course, we've got Sky Medic. who has been, I think, playing fantastic. We talk about some of these newer players who it's their first season in Invite, and there's so much pressure on a medic. You know what I mean? It's very easy to make mistakes as medic, and everyone will pin it on you and blame you for every single loss. But Sky's been doing great, I think, anyway.
Yeah.
Deathy, of course, playing soldier. Jarrett is the demo. Evil, Mr. Muffins, your buddy, the scout. Sen, his partner, and Rakuso, who's also, I think, been having a pretty good season. A lot of eyes on Rakuso. He's been around Invite a little bit before. The most experienced, I guess, on this team. Who do you like on this team? Give me an MVP.
It's usually it's usually Sen or Deathy just going nuts on the games that they do win. So one of those two players, if it's Deathy with those fat Ubers or Sen just popping out random 5Ks on mids, they're the two players to watch on that team, in my opinion. I do like Rakuso for sure on Roamer. He's speaking of off class, he's probably going to be the one off classing the most out of all the players in the server for this game.
Why don't we look at the? Can we look at the roamers? Can we get roamers on the screen, or is that? Are we still working on our little stats, little thing? I want to see the roamers.
Oh man,
here's the roamers. Look at that. Oh my lord. Mathsad, thank you so much. We got bot mode against Rakuso. Sometimes, you know, when I think of Rakuso and the way he plays, I sometimes think of him as almost like a pocket as well, just because I don't know what it is. Like he tends to have a big impact on games. Do you know what I'm saying? Is this weird or crazy, Kurt? I mean, he seems like he's always in fights.
That's kind of the roamer role. You kind of dictate the very beginning of especially mid fights, and sometimes during stalemate situations, you're the one that initiates the battle, so to speak. So yeah, Rakuso is definitely an initiator. He's making some plays, and definitely bot mode on the other side doing a great job. As you can see, like their stats are typical roamer stats. They're going to have a negative KD, a lot of deaths. But a lot of those deaths are not in vain as a roamer. They're doing a lot of damage, forcing those Ubers, and basically priming their team for a good push after their bombs in. So yeah, I definitely like bot mode in this matchup. He seems to be having more of a solid season, but obviously his team is as well. So we will see. I think on a map like this, Rakuso off-classing, I don't really know how strong bot mode's off-classing is, but Rakuso could snipe for a little while, and obviously Slemnish is a very, very good sniper on the Scizors squad.
Yeah, we saw that
speaking
the first couple of weeks.
Snipers,
we
got Sen.
Yeah, the man
on the Running with Scizors squad. So man,
he was the big star early in it was week 1, I guess, Snakewater week, who kind of came out of nowhere. We didn't know a whole lot about him. I'm sure anyone that had followed IM and whatnot probably knew Sen, but yeah, he was a big sniper. He was clicking some heads. We're having a look there versus Eric. Eric, not so much known as an off-classer as much, certainly on this EVL squad. So you've got to imagine there. Look at Eric's stats, though. Holy God. Eric is, for a scout, he's one of the stronger scouts in the whole league, isn't he?
I would say so. I thought he was just like a middle of the road invite scout, and I think he's like verging on like top invite this season. He's been playing very, very well. Like I've said, he's kind of just comes out of nowhere with these crazy frag streaks, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what he does this game. And on that flip side, Sen is kind of the same way. Eric and Sen are very similar. They just play pretty well the whole game, and then out of nowhere they make 1 or 2 huge plays for the team that help their respective teams win rounds.
Yeah, we're almost ready here. We're just waiting for people to get into the server. Do we want to get into predictions then, Kurt? Are we both kind of thinking EVL to win this one, or what? Let me pick your brainstem.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of both teams. I really like the Running with Scizors squad. All the people there, really cool. Same goes for EVL, but yeah, man, I think EVL's got this pretty much in the bag. I'm gonna say 5-2 EVL.
5-2. Okay. Do you know what? For once, I think I'm gonna agree with you, Kurt. I know people like it when each caster has their own pred, but I'll tell you this: I spoke with Jarrett right before the match here. as we're still waiting for everyone to just kind of join up. But here's some inside info. I just kind of asked them, you know, how they're feeling and how Running with Scizors are feeling coming into this one. Against EVL, I mean, it's, you know, you try to be realistic, I guess. He says, I mean, they're feeling, they don't necessarily feel that they're going to win this. He says a lot of it will depend on the mids, and that Running with Scizors have really been kind of working on the mids a lot, because especially with Badlands, if you aren't good at Badlands mid, as he says, you'll get rolled to last, which is pretty much true. And so Running with Scizors, what's in their head is just kind of take some rounds. But we'll see how it happens. Well, yeah, I mean, certainly you would agree with that, right? I mean, this is one of the 5 CP maps where, you know, if you lose, it's just as well to go NG, you know, and
when you get that Spire captain, you're forced to defend, or when the other team caps your Spire and you're forced to defend your own last point, is very risky and difficult to push out of the last point on Badlands. So if Running with Scizors can roll some mids, I definitely see them having a chance at winning this game. I'm not completely discounting them, but I think that's what they're going to have to do. I don't think they're going to be able to methodically beat EVL in a slower game. I think they're going to have to take it to them on these mid fights.
Yeah, I'm with you there. It's interesting, you know, just to always hear where these players' heads are at. And, you know, you want to win every game, obviously, and I'm sure everyone Running with Scizors does. But, you know, I mean, I think they've been growing and doing quite well in Invite, to be quite honest. I mean, this is the best in North America, and they have a really respectable record. But, you know, there are still usually a couple teams, say 2 or 3 teams in the division that are just kind of like brick walls when you know you're going up against them. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I think, honestly, Ascent is the only team that's like that. And maybe Froyo in the near future when Ninja Nick gets more acclimated to the team. We'll see tonight with the next game. Like, Froyo can... Yeah, Froyo looks pretty good. But I really think EVL, Ascent, and Froyo are pretty strong. But, yeah, no game is a surefire win this season, especially with the reformed Titanium White squad, now known as Grind, who I personally thought was the worst team in Invite, but that squad's looking pretty good, at least from the players they picked up. So sure. Excited about the season still. Like, usually the season kind of like pans out by this time, by week 5. It's just like, all right, this team has no chance. There's no way this lower level team is going to beat this higher level team, but that's not the case. So
nope. We do have 12 players in server. We are still just waiting. I don't know what we're waiting on. Waiting certainly on the match to start is one thing I'm waiting for. How about you, Kurt?
I think we're waiting on one player.
No, we got 7v5 for whatever reason.
We do.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they're just figuring out some strats beforehand. They got the time. They might as well use it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 5-3. I didn't give you any numbers. I'm I guess saying EVL gonna do it. Looks like we're going live here. If you guys have predictions in chat, why don't you tell us who you think is going to win and give us a score? Who are you watching on this first middle?
I'm going to actually watch Jared. As you mentioned, you talked to him before. That's very important for the demo man to do some early damage and maybe even pick off a scout or a roamer early on. So see what he can do as he rolls out here to middle.
I'm going to watch the other squad. I won't tell you who, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, he's going through his own house. He's going to be picking up his pack, going through the front door, sticking off the other door. He sees Assassin in the window. He doesn't really know where the enemy team is just yet. He's not really doing too much as AIM is just jumping on top of the Scizors squad, doing so much damage, in bot mode is trying to finish off the frags as Eric does just that. Oh my god, Eric with the 2K. Sen's trying to make something of this mid along with Muffins. Muffins does get a frag. This is not looking good for Running with Scizors. Muffins is behind.
Yeah, he's in there. I was watching Rakusa. Here comes Muffins trying to get something onto this pile of players here. He's still very well healed. He's on Nursey. Wow, and Nursey was down real low there, nearly picked her off. Muffins still creeping around here.
What is going on? Oh my god!
He's down.
Wow. We're gonna be able to refight this, I think.
All right, well that's interesting. I was looking at Rakusa, who went left side and got kind of just ran into the whole blue team. Muffins here, now on mid still. Here's the jump by the soldier, trying to get some picks here. Jumping away, Muffins still
Muffins is going in.
Grinding.
Here he comes.
Muffins in on the demo, takes Assassin down.
Assassin. They're going to easily retake this mid point. Muffins just going ham that mid. Bot mode's in, but he goes down. Oof. Oh my god, Eric and Slemnish are just not done fighting, I guess. Eric is on his own train. He's going to get caught out, but is he going to be able to take someone out? He does! He does take down Rakusa with the flying meat. The flying meat delivered to bot mode, I believe that was.
And now almost with full Uber here. Here's Sky. Boy, you talk about poise. Talking about new players, their first time in
Nursey
invite.
went down somewhere in that fight,
yeah,
so holy moly.
Well, here they are now pushing. Here's Deathy coming right in the pocket, getting some nice damage onto Assassin, but gets taken down by AIM there. And this is actually looking real good now for EVL, kind of defending this. Oh boy, defending Spire. Sky takes a rocket. Oh, Muffins goes down, and they got a pop here. This is a mess. Running with Scizors, just trying to get out and just keep their lives here a little bit if they can. I think they want to keep going here.
Sky's gonna need to get out real quick there. All right, so what I saw was Slumnish just two-shotting Sen and then almost taking down Muffins right after that with some great spam from the EVL soldiers as they walk through choke on mid here, taking their advantage and trying to get through Spire.
Yeah, I'm wondering if EVL were kind of like just kind of confused and like shocked right off the start here as Deathy kind of trapped here on Spire is going to try to get out, getting some good damage there. He does get Assassin, which is a big pick. The demo goes down though himself on flank and send down now too, and this looking good for EVL who have to use here in trash. I didn't see what forced them, but not going to be really able to do anything with this Uber here, Kurt. And now
they did get a lot of picks with that Uber. There's only 3 alive and running with Scizors. They're probably going to try to push here if nothing works out of it. And AIM is just on the point. He's in front of their spawn. He does die finally. The rest of his team is trying to push through main. They're getting denied as Spire is about to get capped. They just went in way too early. I didn't even notice that Spire was capped, and I don't know if EVL knew that either. They're pushing last without Spire capped, Mike.
Well, you know what? If it works, right? Right now, we're still looking at 100% Uber, and oh my lord, Assassin, I didn't see what happened there, Kurt, but Assassin working on this Spire right here, trying to retake. Sen goes down, and Sky trying to scatter, get her way out there. Look at Eric
now. He's on Rakuso.
Eric just in the face. Look at this. Oh, wow.
Rakuso does take him down, but they have so many people down on their team. The only saving grace is that Sky does have her Uber. She's in spawn
she's
next to
damage,
Deathy.
though. Has to pop, and it's right away they're just going to have to drop down, and this is bad positioning. You don't want to be on bottom here. EVL could, I don't know, if they came right in, they might have taken advantage there. We're going to reset.
They know they have advantage, so I think it'd be wise if they slowed down a bit. Just got 6 and then pushed with their Uber advantage. So they might push now, even though they just got a spawner. So it is 5v6 for a very short period of time. Here comes the Uber.
Well, AIM is in. He's going to force them into spawn, and right now I think Eric's just going to. Well, they got sticks on point. So down low, they actually lose Eric, and wow, AIM goes down as well. Slemish in a lot of trouble. Liking this defense here. Oh wow, Muffins was doing a lot of damage on the combo too. Still 3v3 situation here. Sky's down low in no man's land. Rakuso just raining down, but that point, boy oh boy.
Assassin just hitting the rainbow pipes, just gets a nice 2k and just allows his team to push the last point with relative ease. I thought they started their push a little bit too early. They didn't really wait for the respawner to catch up to their squad, but it worked out for him, Mike, as we head to the second mid.
Yeah, I'm looking at bot mode this time. I was watching the other roamer, Rakuso, last time. Watching bot mode, who's rolling out left side here. He's going to hope for some kind of bomb, as meanwhile the fight is starting here at mid. Here comes bot mode. He's going to come in. Nothing to really get, and he's going to come in behind. Slemish behind too, and Blue kind of splitting up and kind of pinching.
Yeah, they're looking to sandwich in here.
Yeah, well, Rakuso took a lot of damage. Wow. And Deathy now almost, he craters. Down goes him. Nursey and Sky both still up, trying to heal their players up. It's 3v3 here. Sen and Slemish with a little 1v1. Sen winning that one. Sen in on Eric now, and
Eric and Nursey find themselves on the wrong side of mid right here. Nursey does have Uber. Sky doesn't have it just yet, so if Eric can hit the meat here, Sky is so hurt. He does get Sky. Great play from Eric. He's still alive.
Oof,
they clean him up. But Eric.
Sen got a nice pick on Eric as well. Sen stuck
Nursey
it in there.
Gets out. Is Nursey? Oh my God, Muffins is seeing blood. Wow. Great play from Nursey and Eric, making a really awkward situation turn really good. They have great Uber advantage, and somehow, some way, Nursey got out of that fight. After
they can take
Eric
this point for free here. Now Bruce is in behind. He gets spotted out by Slumnish, and he gets taken down. Gonna take this mid if they can without, well, they don't have Uber, but they want to at least keep some numbers. Luckily, they got a few picks there. A pipe kill on the Deathy, which I missed.
Yeah, they're walking through choke here. Jarrett does have some stickies on the point, but they should know. I guess they don't. Assassin gets killed by it in bot mode. Almost goes down too. Muffins does get a nice headshot as he goes back into spawn. Slumnish is in behind. They don't know. Slumnish is on Sky. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4 shot, 5 shot, and he finally gets it. He does get Sky with that flank. Took a little while, but he got it done.
That's why they get 6 in the clip, right?
Yeah, he got 6 in the clip.
How about the scouts so far? Muffin's just hanging out still here in spawn.
He does
challenged
despawn
a little bit, yeah. How about the scouts still so far, Kurt? Jeez.
Yeah, Slemnish and Eric are looking really strong. When one's not making a play, the other one is doing just that. They're making a play for their team, so...
Doing it.
Yeah, they're doing it. One's not doing it, but others doing it.
Doing it.
So here they come.
ESEA now going to walk her players in and see if they can work on here, pushing last for the second time. They got full ad. They're going to come right in, get that gun rail first. They're going to just try to push these guys. Look at Sen, though, on the pyro. Gets blown the hell up. Scout's just going to, well... Jared's got those sticks down there, so they're going to have to work on Jared here. Bot mode is in on him, though. Trying to get some damage here. He needs Jared down, or he needs to pick on Sky or somebody. Looks like he's dead, and now it's free for Blue to get on. Nobody left to defend, and EVL taking their second round in a row.
Yeah, they're just using their Uber advantage to take the last point, and they're not making any mistakes with that advantage. So good stuff from Slemnish, taking out Sky and Nursey and friends, pushing into last with their Uber advantage.
Strong arming it.
Yep.
Who do you want?
I already watched Rakusu. He's actually coming through his own choke, or rolling out through his own choke here. He's delaying. It looks like he's going to be bombing into Valley any second here. He's waiting a very long time. Here he goes, and he kind of delays his jump. Deathy's walking in through door while there's some action on top of the point. Oh my god. Running with Scizors just getting mulched mid-air, one by one. Oh my god.
Aim hit a big fatty. Aim hit a big fatty. He had a nice little air shot and he cleaned up. I didn't see who it was, but Aim was the only one that went down, and that's because he was getting the highlight reel play.
Yeah, everybody that jumped got either pot shotted in the air or air shot by Aim. So good stuff. Denying that aggressive aggression from running with Scizors.
Well, EVL, I mean, they are on. It looks like they're looking to take this right into half here. Botmode's down low, trying to spam a little bit, get a couple picks, but they're going to wait here for the Uber. 100%. They're just kind of waiting here, Kurt.
Aim is on Spy. Aim, mind you, Aim is their pocket. He's playing Spy.
A little bit of a sandbag, Kurt.
I don't know why he's
bit of a troll play.
Yeah, okay.
Well, the Uber was forced by a rocket. Here's it's, wow, well, they've got to deal with those sticks, obviously, down low. The Uber drops down. It's Assassin. Aim is in. I'm just on the aim cam because I'm fascinated as bot mode is working on, well, gets taken down, actually. Aim's going to be the last one left in there. It's good work,
Aim did take some damage, so I don't know if they spotted him out or not. Assassin's all alone in this lower area, as running Scizors should be pushing him.
Aim is just on there. Well, Aim is just going to hope for the back cap here, or I don't know if he wants a backstab or what.
No, he's probably going for the back cap. There it goes. Jarrett drops down, takes him out, and Slemnish does try to make a save, a miracle play right after that, and he goes down as well. So, really awkward play. I don't know why he went Spy as a pocket and with full Uber advantage, but, you know, you gotta try some stuff. Gotta try some new stuff once in a while.
If you guys are newer competitive players, I would say look away from that strategy and just pretend that it didn't happen. Now, EVL are still going to be able to push this last, however. It looks like they are going to be able to, no aggressive defense or anything. Muffin's still up on Engineer, Sen on Sniper still, and, you know, Aim can hear about it on the forums later, you know?
Sure. All right, Sen's on Sniper, and his team does have Uber disadvantage. I'm pretty sure both teams know what's up, as Running with Scizors is setting up that pseudo Highlander defense, and Nursey actually Sen hitting the headshot. Nursey's still taking an Eric.
Oh, this is rough.
And Assassin.
They got a lot of work to do with this Uber here, and it's already fading. They had to flash it a bunch of times. This is looking great for Running with Scizors. They're only at 78%. So bot mode and Assassin are trying to just kind of flush these guys back into their spawn, but I don't know, Slemnish thinking about getting on point, but he can't. He's down in behind. As down goes Eric, down goes bot mode as well. And just a real nice job. I mean, Running with Scizors forcing that Uber. They're going to defend, it looks like. Yeah, here they go.
Great headshot coming from Sen, and some nice pipes from Jarrett, just keeping the EVL team off of that last point, as they should be able to get Spire for free now. Muffins is pressuring them out of choke just a bit, allowing Sen to get some time on Spire, but Aim is getting on top of the point, and Sen is not having any of it.
I think
oh my god, Jarrett's in deep. What is he doing?
Bot mode is in as well. Bot mode is in lobby right now and is going to get away. Sen is in there chasing him down. Bot mode is in on last. Now he can't cap last because Spire just went down. But bot mode is in behind.
We're going to get a spawn kill on the Muffins, but
we got a
it's very obvious Scizors know.
We're going to have a roamer encounter maybe. Rakusu and bot mode here. Meanwhile, Red are going to go ahead and try to cap this middle. Blue about to get their Uber. They're at 95, as you can see there right now. Nursey Looking to bring AIM in here, maybe. I don't know if they want to use here, but here comes AIM, jumping in, gonna get popped off. A lot of damage onto the soldier here, and it's gonna shotgun and try to get something here onto Sky, who's real low. Sky's still up, but oh boy.
Yeah,
oh, no, sorry she fell.
AIM does finally finish her off with the help of bot mode's distraction, just staying behind that whole time. And I guess Rakuso is sitting in forward spawn, just trying to make a play for his team. If he dies here, it's 100% they lose the round, so he is back spawning. But it still might be pretty rough times for running with Scizors. This assassin is basically sticking off that left spawn area. Muffins does get a nice 2-shot onto bot mode. He does go down to assassin with the trade, but
AIM wasn't in that fight at all. I mean, Assassin's down low working on it. They do get Rakuso there. That was up top, but I don't know what I think about these pushes here. I feel like EVL almost kind of forgetting that they're playing against an invite team here and a pretty good team, as Sen's going to try to, I don't know, just kind of patrolling this lower here. Nursey and the gang still working on this. Eric just gets on it. Trying to get into half.
That was a bit of an awkward push, but they never really overextended with their heals. Like, they didn't have Uber just yet. They did have Uber advantage, and they had player advantage. So they kind of just played for picks, and they got one pick. They kept trading, which is good for the offending team if you have Uber advantage. So they just traded those picks and eventually pushed out that point instead of waiting for both teams to spawn up for them to get that NG going. You know, if they just sat in lobby, they would have allowed running with Scizors to set up that nice Highlander defense. So
yeah,
I kind of like that play.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're into the second half. Yeah, you guys are having a look at the stats here. Boy, some of the DPMs here for the EVL players. Assassin 398, bot mode 348. Do you agree with me, Kurt? Did it feel like EVL were almost forgetting what they were doing, where they were there toward the end? Just kind of
very confident. I don't think they're playing too aggressive. They're definitely on the verge of playing too aggressive. Like some of the plays they're making, it's just AIM going spy is a little bit too cocky, I think. But it's working. It's 3-0, and I'm gonna be watching bot mode on this mid. He's doing what Rakuso did last round. It really didn't work out for Rakuso. It's gonna work out for bot mode as Assassin already goes down. And Rakuso's hitting, or bot mode is hitting some nice rockets, but yeah, that strategy does not seem to work that great.
Yeah, Rakuso got Nursey actually there, which was a big pick, and Rakuso actually rolled out with his team. He's been kind of going on the side through, you know, on the left side all along, but he went with his team that time. It worked great. And not so good, like you said, on the other side for
that slow, delayed choke rollout just has not been working out for either team in this round.
Yeah.
So, yeah, running with Scizors got the best of them, and they find themselves with full Uber advantage coming into this last point. This is the first time they're pushing last this game, I believe.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's full Uber, as you said. You got the Highlander defense on the other side. Well, you got a Pyro and you got an Engineer. Just kind of slow playing it, though. We're at the start of the half. There's no rush here. Sen is up to... Oh, Sen gets cleaned up, actually, by a sticky trap, look like.
Yeah, that's not too good. They do have full Uber advantage, but I don't think they have enough time to wait for him to respawn, and they notice that. Here they come.
Well, they're going to try to work on that gun. Nice job there by Slen, looked like, who was trying to block a little bit. That gun's still up. They're working on it, but having to use pills, and I don't know, this might not work out. They finally do get it. A lot of fight down here as the players scatter towards the point, but only Sen left up, and that was not ideal.
Is Sen going to be trying to make a sneaky play? I don't know. Is he going to hide in that spot that we saw Alec hide the other day?
He's in trash.
No, he's not hiding. He's just going in. All he has to do is 1v1 Slemnish. I think he can do it.
Oh boy, Slemnish. He's going to have
a Pyro main, apparently.
He's going to get support
Sen with relative ease, and Nursey does force off on the other side of the map. He's just trying to make the best of this Uber with Sky at like 2 HP. Sky does survive with a very little amount of health, and same with Jarrett. Sky doesn't save Jarrett, and they do get out, but a pretty decent Uber, it seemed, even though we got to see the last of it. And Deathy is in behind. He does take down Nurse. He does a lot of damage too, and it's going to be triggering the push from his team. Jarrett is sticking off Eric, and easy frags. Great play from Deathy. Slemnish might be getting caught out here.
Yeah, well, Slem underneath, there he goes. Only player left up is AIM, who's just back jumping around at spawn, so I don't know, if you're running with Scizors right now, you want to make haste.
Yeah, this is the exact same situation they were in like 5 minutes ago. As long as they don't lose a player early, it might be a different story.
Well, Rakuso's up high. He's going to find his counterpart here as bot mode going to challenge a little bit. EVL do look very confident, as you said. I mean, they're not afraid to come up and hold pretty aggressively.
Yeah, they tried setting up that forward hold, but last time they had Assassin alive. This time they did not have Assassin alive, so they're not setting up the forward hold. Who cares about that? Slumnish pushing back the Uber charge, but he does get pushed back on top of his own point, which is kind of an awkward position for a Pyro. Muffins does get a little bit of time on the point. Rakuso's coming from that flank, and Slumnish is the best Pyro
Look at
ever.
That reflect.
Just 1v1ing Muffins, easy peasy, and then just pressing his right mouse button to frag Rakuso there.
Classic Pyro move. You'll be looking for that one, guys, you know, on Sports Center. That was all right there, and again, just pushing this last. Looking like running with Scizors, maybe not quite so confident. A lot of spam coming over. Here's bot mode jumping in, looking for someone, but certainly they'll take this midpoint. They're at full Uber right now, but they're going to hold on to it, ideally. If you're Scizors now, do you want to try to make a sneaky play on the Met or something like that? What's in your head?
They're not really in a position to do that, but they sure would love to, but they're really not in any position to do that. As Rakuso is battling a scout at forward spawn, Eric does push him back into forward spawn, and Eric is on battlements right now. He's looking to get on Spire. He's helping his team push, but Jarrett hits a nice pipe onto Slumnish.
Yeah, Slum was right up in the face. So here's Assassin now. Oh boy, a lot of sticks is going to be walked over by this running with Scizors team. They're about to get Uber 98, 99. Finally, Sky pops off. Real good timing there. And blasts someone into oblivion there. Oh my lord.
Eric is behind. He might be able to kill Jarrett and get this back cab. I'm going to be watching Eric as this battle ensues.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll keep an eye on everyone else here. There's a lot of damage going down at mid, as a matter of fact, as Blue trying to cap this down. Eric thinking about Spire, but maybe thinks better of it. Here comes bot mode over the top and takes down Deathy with a nice place rocket. Has a view here of Sky now, who's going to want to get the hell out. A lot of damage there, but
Eric's coming back on the point. Jarrett hits a great pipe on to Eric, but I don't think it's really going to matter. Sky does go down. Jarrett's just finding himself almost alone on the back of Spire. Sen comes and saves him, but they lost their med. I guess Nursey went down in that other fight that I was unable to see. So it's not bad news bears just yet for running with Scizors.
So maybe mediocre news bears.
Yeah, it's very mediocre news bears.
Yeah, we're going to try to have a defense here of Spire as Jarrett's out. Doesn't want to get caught here. He's just kind of raining pills over Spire a little bit. Just trying to back them out through choke a little bit here. Going to set up a little stick trap and whatnot. EVL just kind of slow playing it here, Kurt. They know they got advantage. They're in no rush.
Yeah, Muffins is in kind of a weird spot. I guess if Nursey and her team decide to push flank, he's in a pretty good spot to maybe make a pick. But yeah, that's kind of an awkward sniper spot. He's in forward spawn. It is awkward, but it is very safe. He can despawn a scout if his team needs a scout very quickly, so we'll see. I'm looking at the Muffins cam. It looks like Nursey and her squad are going through choke, so this is not going to work out for Muffin. As they get to great bridge without having a pop.
AIM is going to crater after getting blasted again. Something going on with AIM. He got the moon boots on today or something. Slem down low. A lot of height advantage here for running with Scizors as bot mode takes a lot of damage as well, and he's going to go down. Nursey now in a lot of danger here. Takes a stick, eats a lot of spam. Oh, right at the end there. Rakuso Rocket says hello to Nursey, and down goes Nursey. So now, real good learning with Scizors, and EVL are real hurt too. Look at this. Assassin real low.
Drop, so good stuff from Rakuso getting behind and hitting that fat 100 damage rocket to drop Nursey.
Pinch. Fatty.
Yep.
Fatty rocket.
Once again, running with Scizors find themselves with full Uber advantage. They really need to convert around off of this. This is the third time this round that they've had full Uber advantage and they haven't been able to convert around off of it. So let's see what they decide to do. It looks like they're going to be pushing flank here, Mike.
Yeah, they're down 3 and they want to start to make something happen. We've got 23 minutes left.
No!
Oh, Sky goes down to the shot from Slam, and forget about, I don't know, Kurt. That's a heartbreaker, isn't it?
That was a very nice shot from Slumnish. It looks like, wow, it looks like running, or never mind, it looks like running was trying to make a play. Sen is behind. It looks like Eric knows. He's just standing on Spire waiting.
I don't think EVL care. EVL look like they just want to roll back the other way. They're gonna run into Jarrett here on the midpoint. He's gonna try to back them off a bit, but you can't hold off 6 with 1. That's just math.
Yeah, that is math. Sen does go down on the flank side. But yeah, that shot from Slumnish was pretty damn good. He hit a very hard angle. He was holding that shutter door, looking at flank, and just hits Sky's tippy toe and drops her.
Tippy toe. Gonna have to look at some of the sniper stats after this game. Maybe you guys can, of course, look for yourselves on the ESEA homepage. Slim looking real good though. EVL attacking this Spire. Here's AIM. Doesn't want to get a blast into the moon here. He wants to cap second if he can. He's going to take this Uber here right now, look for some picks, but I think it's just enough to just pop this and just take second, honestly. I don't think they're in. Oh, but look at this. No, AIM doesn't care. AIM is right in. He's right into the combo. Big rocket there onto Jarrett, a little bit onto Sky as well. Just going to kind of back them off, and now it's up to Running with Scizors to kind of set the defense. I don't know if they're ready here, Kurt. They're at 90%. So
they might actually push out. They know they have ad, but it is very dangerous to push out of your last. They have to do it if they want a chance at winning this game. So here they come. Hopefully they don't get back cap, but
yeah, well look at Sky.
Drop down, it looks like.
Sky wants to kind of take this. I don't know what they want to do here with this Uber. They got to jump across. Going to pop it off here onto the pocket and kind of loses Deathy here a little bit. They're going to.
And here comes Slemnish for the back cap. Oh no!
Oh, Slemnish.
Slemnish is just hiding your drop down that whole time, just waiting for them to push so he could just go cap that last point. That's a shame, man. It sucks when that happens, but it is Badlands. It happens. So 4-0 EVL. I honestly didn't think they'd be rolling this hard, but they're looking to close this out with this last round here. Yeah, potentially the last round here.
See what Bombmode's doing here. Going to roll up with his team, which might be smart. We'll see here. He's going to wait to jump. Up top's going to find Deathy. Here's AIM as well. A little double jump. Oh, nice rocket there. Down goes Jarrett and Sky and Rakuso. They got to clean it up here, though, a little bit. Deathy gets cleaned up. Sen jumping around. This looks like a full team wipe, maybe?
Sen is hitting the need.
Yeah. All right, all right.
Here we go.
Sen's still in there, but this
Sen's still alive. This is a bit awkward. Everybody's kind of low health. The scout backed off and is waiting for the health pack. He didn't get it just yet, but bot mode was protecting Sen, or protecting, I believe, Slemnish from getting fragged by Sen in that house area. But yeah, good mid from EVL once again.
Yeah.
And AIM. This must be some weird strat that they thought of. Oh, never mind. No, AIM was just forward spawning. Okay. Thought AIM was playing Spy again.
Just checking. Well,
Nursey is on crit streak. Both meds did go down, and Nursey is getting that crits advantage. As you can see on the top left of your screen, crit streak builds much faster than Uber, and Nursey knows that.
I'm on the bot mode down. Bot mode was okay. Never mind. He wanted to hide. He wanted to be sneaky face. We got 20 minutes left in the second half, guys. This is a doubleheader tonight. You're going to want to stay with us later. Right after this match, in fact, is we'll have another one for you. That'll be with myself and Mr.
Here they come with the crits.
Here they come. We're going to see. Oh, there's one crit onto Mr. Muffins. That's a scout. Now there's Jarrett as well. They're working here on Deathy, who finally goes down. Sky flying around a little bit, too. They're going to get her. This is just a bloodbath, Kurt. I mean, running with Scizors.
Yeah, it's up to Rakuso to probably save it for his team, but we'll see what happens. Nah, he's just going to despawn. Really great decision by Nursey and AIM to give the crits to the soldier. They knew they were holding close, so it's easy for the soldier to shoot those ground rockets with that crit streak. Usually you give it to your demo man, but in that situation it was a very wise choice to give it to AIM, and he did a great job with it. So good stuff. And they're looking to crits again into last.
He's up on Spy.
He's up on Spy.
The man they call
Eric
AIM.
is on
Swerve
heavy.
Vision.
AIM is on Spy.
So a little bit of a, we don't need to have the sportsmanship conversation.
I don't think it is a sportsmanship thing. Like the fact that he's done it twice now, it makes me think it's some sort of weird strategy that they have.
He's using Dead Ringer, which is interesting. So maybe trying to show, he was disguised as demo. Maybe trying to give, Scizors impression that the demo went down when he actually did. AIM goes down anyway. Here's Eric taking a crit on heavy. The laser beam's taking down Jarrett, but he's got a sentry gun there. Wow, takes a lot off the sentry, but goes down himself. I don't know, if you're EVL, just clean it out,
Yeah, I actually like that strategy. I think the strat was to use the Dead Ringer to get them to turn around with the Dead Ringer noise, and as AIM Dead Ring, they would use their crits, which it seemed like that's what they wanted to do, but Assassin was very hurt, and Sen is in on Nursey, and wow! Assassin
nice
doing the full damage sticky bomb onto Sen, just taking him out, and AIM is still on Spy.
Interesting. Well, we got 17.5 minutes left here in this half. AIM's sticking around. I'm just on this Spy cam, Kurt. We don't get to see it a lot.
Would they actually think that AIM would go Spy 3 times? He's behind Sky right now. Jarrett heard him to cloak, and he's like, see ya. Takes him out. Easy pipes.
Wouldn't want to be ya.
Yeah. So now Nursey and EVL are in this awkward situation where they have a heavy and medic on Spire with the crit screen. I don't even know if that's awkward. That may be good for them. We'll see how it works. And
We'll see.
Comes the laser
Here it is. Well, the Ubers popped off at the same time, and that's not going to work too good. I'll give you a little hint. Here's Teppy. Going to try his luck on the heavy here. His shotgun is out. They do get Eric down.
He's so hurt. Oh, my God. And they get back capped. Oh, that looked like such a good fight. But again, AIM just back capped on Scout. What the All right. That was a little clowny stuff. All right, I'll go in the clown territory. I'll definitely we'll enter the clown territory on that one, but it worked. It worked.
We're gonna start the Kickstarter to buy 6 pairs of clown shoes for EVL.
I think AIM just really got bored of Pocket in the middle of that game and just wanted to try out some new stuff. So maybe we'll be seeing Eric maining heavy for the rest of the season and AIM on Scout.
Hopefully.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
But really good stuff coming from EVL. Like, if you look at the stats, holy mac.
Well, they moved to 8-1. Holy mac is right. I'm looking at Assassin had a humongous game. First half, he was close to 400 DPM, which kind of says it all. Having a look here as you guys are. I mean, it was a 5-0. I mean, Running with Scizors didn't play poorly. It just seemed like they did have a hard time pushing last. We saw at least 3 different times where they were pushing in, and they just seemed to be a little over their heads, a little outmatched by the EVL people.
Yeah, they had just a little slip-ups when they had Uber advantage pushing last. They tend to, I believe every time they had Uber pushing in last, they lost a player. So they had Uber advantage, but they didn't have player advantage pushing last, which resulted in their failures. I believe if they didn't lose those players early on in those pushes, they could have taken 2 rounds off of EVL, but that was not the case. EVL standing strong.
Yeah, well, like we said, we saw a lot of nice plays, some questionable ones, but regardless, it goes down as a 5-0. So like I say, EVL moved to 8-1 now. That would make them tied for first currently, as of this second at least, in invite. Running with Scizors, 3-6 now, and having a look at their schedule. As I recall, they've got kind of a tough schedule coming up, but they've got the Bugs next, and hopefully they'll be able to bounce back. They only get to play Granary once. I'd want to play Granary all season, Kurt. What do you think?
Wait, who only gets to play Granary once?
They're Running with Scizors.
Well, that's good, because I know Muffins hates that map almost as much as I do. So
yep.
Good for them. I don't think they probably don't like it as a team. So they only have to play it once. They get to play the Bugs. It actually should be a pretty good match. Both those teams are looking pretty good in like the middle area of invites. So yeah, maybe we'll be casting it next week.
Yeah, well, Kurt, any more thoughts? So we're going to take a real quick break here in between games. We want you to not go anywhere. But what about you, Kurt? You're swapping out, tagging in Mr. Slynn. Any parting words of wisdom? Man,
my brain's just empty, man. I got nothing in there.
Don't drink and drive?
Yeah, don't drink and drive. That's a really bad idea. And
stay in school.
If it's working out for you, stay in school.
If it's working out.
Yeah, if it's working out for you.
You don't have to stay in school.
But you don't have to.
A lot of great people have, dropped out of school and done great things. Mark Zuckerberg.
But anyway, that's the first and last name on that list. And anyway, but yeah, this upcoming match should be great. I hope you guys stay tuned to watch it. You got some excellent casters in Mike, Getawhale, and Mr. Slynn.
Yeah,
Mike and Getawhale are actually the same person.
Mike and Getawhale. So we're going to take a real quick fiver here, guys. Stick with us as we get ready to bring you game number 2 here on Team Fortress TV. Don't go away.